You ever get that feeling where you walk into the shop on a Saturday morning and the air just smells like potential? Or maybe that's just the mineral spirits I forgot to cap off last night.
Definitely the mineral spirits, Tiger. Your potential usually involves me helping you lift something heavy by 10 a.m. Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome back to the Tiger Den. It is March 14th, 2026, and the world of making is moving faster than a router bitten pine.
It really is. I spent yesterday wrestling with some of these 2026 tool releases, and I've got to say we've reached a weird point in history. I picked up this new compact impact driver. Thing has more torque than my first truck, but it's the size of a juice box. It's got this AI-assisted leveling built right into the casing.
Wait, so the drill tells you if you're crooked? Isn't that what a bubble level is for? Or, your eyes?
In a perfect world, sure. But I spent 20 years putting character into walls, which is just a fancy way of saying nothing I built was ever truly 90 degrees. This new gear, it's like having a tiny, very judgmental foreman living inside the battery pack. It pulses red if you're off by half a degree. It's honestly a bit insulting, but my shelving has never looked straighter.
I'm more interested in what you were showing me earlier with that design kit software. You're telling me you don't need to spend 4 hours setting up lighting rigs for your Etsy photos anymore?
It's spooky, Alex. I took a photo of a walnut bowl I turned, just sat it on a greasy rag on the bench, and this AI design kit swapped the background for a high-end Scandinavian kitchen. It even calculated the reflections of the window light on the wood grain. For a guy who used to hang bed sheets as backdrops and pray the wrinkles didn't show, this feels like cheating. But for a maker trying to actually put food on the table, it's a lifeline.
Speaking of putting food on the table, let's pivot to the career side. We're seeing some interesting shifts in the automotive trades. The modest pay raises are back, but the skill gap is basically a canyon now.
Yeah, the KC Vision event really pulled back the curtain on that. If you're a mechanic still clutching a 10 millimeter socket like it's your only friend, you're going to have a rough decade. The guys making the real moving to the tropics money right now are the multi-tools.
Multi-tools? Is that a Tigerism for being a jack of all trades?
Not exactly. It's about being the person who can swap a suspension bushing in the morning and then spend the afternoon diagnosing a high voltage battery array using a tablet. You have to be comfortable with both grease and code. I've seen shops where they're desperate to find someone who doesn't look at a circuit board like it's an alien artifact. If you've got the diagnostic certs in 2026, you're the most valuable player on the field.
So don't just ask for a raise. Make it impossible for them to say no because you're the only one who knows how to talk to the car's brain.
Exactly. You want to be the person they panic about losing. I've always found that the best job security is being the only one who remembers where the reset button is hidden.
Okay, let's talk about the maker mogul side of things. I went on Etsy this morning and felt very old. Apparently, the year 2000 is now vintage gold.
Don't get me started. My daughter told me she bought a vintage jacket. Alex, it was the same windbreaker I wore to see Matrix, Revolutions. I almost fell over. But look, there's a serious nostalgia boom happening. People are tired of the disposable, plastic wrap culture. They're looking for that Y2K aesthetic, but with high durability and artisan-made keywords.
I checked the Amazon Top 500 search trends today, and you're right. People aren't just typing in cheap bookshelf anymore. They're searching for overbuilt, sustainably sourced, and heirloom quality. The consumer is getting smarter. They'd rather buy one thing that survives a house fire than 5 things that fall apart if you sneeze on them.
It's a great time to be a small shop owner. If you can prove your stuff has bones, real joinery, real weight, you can carve out a massive niche. We're seeing makers use E-rank to find these gaps where the big guys are too slow to move, like Y2K-style desk organizers made from reclaimed barnwood. It sounds ridiculous, but it's a goldmine.
Honestly, Tiger, if you can make a reclaimed wood dock for a 2005 iPod, you might retire early.
I'll get right on that.
Now, for the people who actually want to build something this weekend and not just flip vintage kitsch on the internet, what's on the menu? You've got 3 levels for us?
Yeah, let's call this the degree of sweating scale. Level 1 is the extended towel rack.
A towel rack? Really? That sounds like a Tuesday night project, not a Saturday.
You'd think so, but have you looked at a modern bathroom lately? Builders put in these tiny 18-inch bars that couldn't hold a damp washcloth, let alone 2 plush bath towels. The TigerDen tweak here is using high moisture-resistant finishes, think marine-grade spar urethane, and some beefy through tenons. It's a quick win that makes your spouse think you're a hero because the floor is finally dry.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's the piece in the household project. What's level 2?
This one's the 2026 look. We're talking live edge shelving on a shiplap wall. Now, I know shiplap has been around since the dawn of time, but the trick now is the contrast. You take a raw, gnarly piece of walnut, bark, wormholes, the works, and you float it against those clean, white, horizontal lines. It's like putting a tuxedo on a lumberjack. It adds instant value to a house because it looks like something out of a magazine, but it's really just a few solid wall anchors and a decent sander.
A tuxedo on a lumberjack. I'm stealing that. And the master builder level? I saw some plywood in the driveway.
Yeah, she's a beauty. The Michalak A4 Grande skiff, 16 feet of plywood glory.
A 16-foot boat out of plywood?
It's called Stitch and Glue, Alex. It's basically the most fun you can have with zip ties and epoxy. You cut the panels, stitch them together with wire or plastic ties until it looks like a boat. Then you glue the seams with fiberglass. It's like a giant 3D puzzle that you can eventually go fishing in. It's messy, you'll definitely get epoxy in your hair, and you'll spend 3 days wondering why you didn't just buy a kayak. But when that hull hits the water for the first time, there's no feeling like it.
It sounds like the ultimate I built this flex. Yeah, I'm on a boat. No, I didn't buy it. I glued it together in my driveway.
Exactly, it's about the grit.
So, whether people are fixing their career, their Etsy shop, or their bathroom, what's the big takeaway for this March 14th?
You know, I was thinking about this while I was cleaning my table saw blade earlier. We're surrounded by all this smart tech and AI backgrounds and diagnostic software, and that's great. It's the wind in our sails. But don't let the tools do the thinking for you.
Stay the captain of the ship, even if the ship is made of plywood?
Right, use the AI to take the photo, but make sure the chair you built is actually comfortable. Use the laser level, but don't forget to trust the feel of the wood. The trend for 2026 isn't actually high tech, it's high connection. People want to feel the hand of the maker in everything they buy and everything they do.
I like that. High tech, higher touch.
Exactly. So go out there, make a mess, get a little epoxy on your fingers, and build something that's going to be vintage 20 years from now because it actually lasted that long.
Well said. If you're ready to jump in, we've got 3 paths waiting for you: the trades path, the maker mogul path, or DIY mastery. Pick your poison and get to work.
See you in the den. I've got a skiff to stitch.